actually. I'll start off this. My name is Butter, and
My name is Najee.
My name is Ronnie, and today we have a special guest host, George.
Hey, how you guys doing?
all right. So we're just going to jump into a few things. We're going to talk about the competition and some other politics around your team. So we're just going to keep it going. You guys just let us know some feedback at the end of the video. Like, subscribe, and comments are all welcome.
There you go.
All right, today, so our first question is, how would you guys rate yesterday's competition on a scale of 1 to 10, and why?
Can I go first?
Sure.
I wouldn't rate it on a scale of 1 to 10. I just think that just because I had a team that performed, and it was the organization's first time having something, so altogether I think it was dope. I think it was great. A lot of people came out and supported, and it was something different besides the AMA. Nothing towards the AMA, I just think that it was different, and a lot of people was for it, so I loved it. Despite some of the small things, but that's just everything. One of my issues was my prop couldn't fit into the gym room. It couldn't even fit in the building. So my team, they didn't. Their prop, we didn't have our prop, but I don't feel like that was. Yeah, you know what I mean. So it's nothing towards the organization. It's just that my prop couldn't fit into the building. But I think it was dope. It was a lot of different people there, a lot of faces that I haven't seen in a long time. So it was refreshing. So it's hard to rate it on a 1 to 10 because I'm not in a position to rate or judge that. But I do think it was dope. I think everything was good, and it's only gonna get better. So shout out to Inhead.
So after that, I guess I'm not in a position to rate either. But from a scale of 1 to 10,
Well, I mean, you were, because your team is...
yeah, my team also performed and competed yesterday.
Good job.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. From a scale of 1 to 10, I'll give it a 5. Being as though it was the first competition, like Butter said, it was a few things that were off, that they can only get better on the venue size. I know they weren't probably expecting the size and the magnitude of the people that,
You know what I did like, not to cut off, but I did like about it when I first started doing drill team at West Philly High.
Right.
Remember, it was just so packed.
Right.
It was just like everybody was there.
Right.
That's how it was. I really couldn't experience it, but I was like, damn, everybody in this thing. So it was kind of dope.
Right. It was like, just like the little minor stuff that, they just have to, go to work, put the brain juices flowing, and, just make it better. So that's, yeah.
Well, me saying it as like a spectator, I would have to rate it maybe a 7. Because, okay, I was just getting feedback from people that was there from when it was supposed to start. It was supposed to start at 12, and I heard it didn't start till like 1. And then I got there maybe around, I want to say like 3:30, maybe like 2:30, maybe like 2:30, going towards 3. And me and my friends were sitting outside for like an hour, and they were not letting people in. It was like over capacity. And by the time we got in, we was outside for like maybe 45 minutes to an hour. The time we got in, we still was standing around for like a whole nother hour, where it was no seats, it was no nothing. So the venue size, that was definitely a problem. But other than that, and another thing that was kind of like a little pet peeve was like when they were like introducing the next squad and they were doing the little breaks in between each squad, it was kind of like drawn out a little bit to where it was like you didn't know if a mission was over or not. Like it was just like it kept constantly going. But I knew that was probably because they had the teams all over the building because they didn't know exactly how much of a crowd they were expecting. So other than that, it was a good show. It was a great turnout. Like it really brought it back to me feeling like, dang, this is like how competitions used to be. Like packed door to door.
You know what I did like though?
everything.
Like those teams were coming, like North Philly Footstop.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
they was coming. You know what I mean? It was
Each team is
decent.
growing down.
Yes,
So you can
I
really
do
tell.
love it.
I wasn't there yesterday, so I seen.
But you heard a lot. And
Yeah, I heard a
you
lot,
see
and I've seen a lot of videos.
Well, you haven't been to the last one, so when are you going to come?
Yes.
When
When are you going to
get
get
you to come? Right. What we got to do? Who we got to call to get you to get there?
My supervisor.
You know something funny?
But I mean, I wasn't there, but I mean, from what I would rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, I guess I really wouldn't be qualified because I didn't attend. But from what I heard, I think I would give it maybe around a 7 or 8.
Cool.
Lucky 7.
So about the teams performing though, I do think some teams were really, really good. just seeing like the creativity from each team, like all those teams had different themes. You know, that's something I wasn't expecting. Like I was just like, oh wow, these kids are really going.
I expected, you know, because it was a new organization and because of, you know, the things that we said around inside the meetings and, you know, that was talked about already.
Yeah.
I think that, you know, people were going to bring it.
People knew that this was the platform you can do it. Like,
Exactly.
And like the different
saying.
rules and, you know, the regulations that and the things that we're allowed to do versus the things that we were told we were not allowed to do in the AMA. Like again, I have no problem with the AMA, you know, but it's like different. Like you're not allowed to use liquids, but you're allowed to use anything else. So that's a real good thing for people, you know, that have the imagination, and a lot of people are getting creative now, as we can see from yesterday.
right. I agree.
So my question, to piggyback off of this, who was your favorite performance yesterday?
I don't have just one.
You have one.
I don't just have one. I seen the Wizard of Oz. I like the Wizard of Oz. I like.
Who? What team was that?
I think it was Jam Steppers. I believe.
Okay.
I believe it was Jam Steppers. They did the Wizard of Oz. I like the Wizard of Oz. See, I'm more so like of a theme, you know, put it in my face type person. So I like that.
You like the
I like what?
the show, or like the costumes and stuff?
I like the whole image of it.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the whole image. I like Modern Legends. Like I'm a big fan. I always say
ML24.
that. Yeah, ML24. I'm sorry.
So
I'm a
wait,
big
not
fan.
Modern Legend no more?
You know what? I'm not in that position to say that, but well, they say ML24, so I'm a big fan. I'm still a big fan regardless of the name.
I love Ali. You know what's so crazy? I was telling my friend, like, I really do
I do
love
too.
Ali. Like, he's just
I do.
creative.
Yeah.
I like Darius too. I haven't seen Darius, like, you know, do something since Nationals, but Ali, I really like his
Yeah.
style. He's so decent to me.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't. So I'm gonna just go because I didn't really.
Oh, and there was one more. They intermediate squad and they junior squad.
Jam Steppers?
No, Modern Legends junior squad.
I only seen it in
I
the
didn't
media.
hear it.
Yeah.
But I did like United Movement. Quentin had me going.
Quentin had me going.
Quentin had me
Preach,
going.
preacher.
That's what I said. That's what I said. Quentin had me going yesterday.
Yeah.
United Movement did good. Quentin had me going. I enjoyed that.
I didn't expect for a praise dance in the beginning.
Oh, no. I ain't even.
What?
The one girl in the frame.
Did she fall?
Yes.
See, it wasn't
She tried to do like a back. She tried to do like a back roll, and she fell. Like, I'm like, oh, poor baby. Like, you okay?
I don't think it
But
was
she
that
stepped back into
noticeable.
it. It wasn't because she stepped
I
right
was like,
back
did she
into
fall? But then she did something like,
Yeah, she
oh, I
did.
was like, oh, she might not have failed.
She did.
But yeah, other than that, like it was a real enjoy that atmosphere, the energy, every inside the building. It was real common.
What I can say about the drum room being like so small, had I would have been on the floor and if I had those drums behind me, I'd have been tearing up.
Let me tell you, them drums was quick.
Like listen,
Them drums was quick. When I was on the floor, I'm telling you, them drums was like.
and it's like so small. That's the thing I love about small arenas. Because the sound vibrates off of it, and you just be I was
it
just
doesn't
like,
sound like the sound bouncing all over the place.
Yeah,
Like,
you know.
Let me say this one thing, and I know everybody that's watching this, I know y'all know this, one person that you can hear clearly on every video that he makes his voice clear. Wherever he is saying butter, you can hear butter on any video. If
oh
he's
my
speaking.
God, me?
Yes,
You can.
yes.
Jesus.
You can say anything, drum playing it, and you like, that was better. That's better.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but he supports though. He supports and he show love.
One of my favorite shows yesterday was ML24. I'm sorry, ML24. I like their show overall. I think those little girls are dope. I think that they are dope. I just think that they are really good. Like they eat whatever is given to them. Like I like that about them, and I like that they have this certain type of privateness, but like humbleness. Like they just.
Mm-hmm.
They know who they are. Like they know that they are what they are. Like I like that about them. I want to go into another little thing, but
Hold
I
on,
want to let you.
not to be in like the business, but like y'all being there, like, and y'all saying like you love him and everything. Like what's something that you have learned from Ali, from being on like Modern Legends?
I don't know, really. Necessarily so much as learned. I just think that he's just like creative. He's always thinking above and beyond. Like, you know what I mean? Even like I just remember like practicing with him, and like we'll think like the piece is high, like and he'll just like flip it around and don't make it like enhance it 10 times more. You know what I mean? It'll be like, oh well, it was already decent, but he makes it even more decent. So that's one thing I learned about him, that he's just always trying to be himself, honestly. Because Ali is really dope.
Yeah, that's the piggyback off what you said. That's the one thing that I love about Ali. Ali is
well, I love it.
Ali is so creative. But one thing that I can say that I really took from Modern Legends is that what you do at practice has to emulate what you do on the floor. Like it has to. And that's the one thing I love about Ali. That's the one thing I love, and that's the one thing I hate about Ali.
Like
Ali is a perfectionist. Ali is really a perfectionist, and if he don't see it, if it's not up to his standards, he's not gonna do it.
That's true.
But if he knows how good it is, and he knows how good you are, he'll have like the fake like, all right, they about to go out here and do it up. And the thing is, he will teach you that at practice. So if you have to show him at practice to gain that, if you want to get on the court, because it doesn't come that easy. So he wants you to be like, you know what, I see y'all working hard for it, I'm gonna put y'all out there. Like, definitely. And that's one thing I can say that I really took from Modern Legends. Anything that I do or anything that I associate with, it has to be going the blueprint going into it or anything like that. It has to be 100%. Like it has to be 100% because you don't know what mishaps can happen when it's on the floor, when it's not. So I can say that's one thing that I took from Modern Legends is like make sure that you have whatever you do at home, make sure you have it out in the streets too. It's like it's the same thing.
Okay, I'm gonna break.
Oh, but wait, I did want to piggyback off of like before we jump to the next question.
Okay.
I do want to give a shout out to Zodiac Drummers and the Drill Squad.
Royal Legacy.
Royal Legacy. Y'all show together was cool. Like I really enjoyed that. Shout out to Bonnie because she's not here, but they did a really good job.
Wait, Royal Legacy Squad.
They performed together. The drummers performed with the drummers. And also, I think it was Extreme Creations.
Open drummers, open percussion.
I missed that.
Yeah.
And Extreme Creations, I think they was the ones with the jailhouse.
Yeah.
They was good too.
Yeah,
so shout out to the drummers. You can't leave out the drummers. Shout out to the drummers. Shout out to the drummers.
Like now because like you would never like it was always that those top contenders, but now it's just like everybody is just like coming.
It's neck and neck. You don't know the competition can go anywhere. That's what I love about competition. It can go anywhere.
You never know who is going. So I appreciate that. I love that.
So our next topic, we will break into what do you think it takes to build and to continue a drill team? Because we all have like started or is in the process of building a squad or a team. So I feel like we all can answer that question.
Well, do you want to start being so that you have your own team?
Not first.
I'll go first.
Let me go first. Because I had a team and then I no longer have a team.
Okay, I'll go after about it.
But I've always
shout out to
So I was so much younger when I started Live and Direct though. I think I was like fresh out of high school. And I always wanted to do everything by myself. But it wasn't that type of party. Like now that I'm older and I see that all the work that it takes to be putting the team together, I see that it's not necessarily just me, and I've always wanted to order uniforms, make up steps, you know what I mean, and do everything by myself, and it doesn't take that. You need everybody, you know what I mean? So that's one thing I can say. It takes a whole bunch of people who has the same hunger and the same vision as you, you know what I mean? So once you find somebody who has your vision, you just bring them on your team, and y'all can just build together. So that was one of my downfalls. I wanted to do everything by myself, and I had the help. It's not like I didn't have the help. I had the help, but I just decided not to use it. So I think that's what it takes. It takes a lot of people who has that same vision as you, that same hunger, and you bring them onto your team. It makes it better.
What he said, but I think for me, like being in drill team, like when I was little, like I used to make formations and like just do drill team. Like I had everything, like batteries, fingernail polish, cars, like cannons, everything. Like I was making like formations and just doing drill team because it was like one of my loves. Like this, I believe like this is like my true love. Like something like a sport or activity that like you fall in love with. Like this is it. Like I ran track. Like I played basketball. I did all those other things. I fell in love with track, but I always reverted back to drill team for some reason. And like it just stuck in me. And Bernie from Carmelites from Conestoga, he always told me, he always told me that.
Legendary.
Yes, legendary Bernie. Always told me that, you know, I was going to have a drill team, and I was like, no, I'm not. I don't want it. But, you know, it's just something like, if it fall in your hand, it's a blessing, and then it could be a curse, but you got to take it and you got to figure out what it is.
Exactly.
And that's what I'm doing now. I'm like, it's a headache. It's a headache, but I love it.
Exactly.
So I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep fighting for what's mine and, you know, for mine. So that's what I do. And it takes hard work and dedication to continue it. Like, you just can't go on a whim and be like, oh, no. It takes a lot. Like he said, you got to have people behind you, a team, like people that have the same vision as you, because if you don't, it ain't going to work.
Exactly.
I forgot. I think what it takes, I mean, I haven't built the team, or I haven't, you know, had my own drill team and continued it or anything like that. But I was on, you know, I was a stepmaster on Dramatic Impact at one time, and I'm now currently a coordinator and coach on Iconic to our intermediate squad.
Not to slight nobody, but people only know Jamaica because of you. From you. I'm not because of you, but from you. Excuse my house phone again.
But I just believe that, like, honestly, I believe to build it, I believe first it takes like preparation. I think that's where a lot of people go wrong at. They don't like prepare themselves for like what they're like really about to go into, and like they like a lot of people build drill teams. I think, which is why I think that is why drill teams come in and they go so fast. It's because a lot of people come just for competition and bragging rights.
Let me ask you a question. How was it working with Darius?
I think we all work well.
I think it's
and
really
you was one, so what's your input?
Well, I think it's really dope working with Darius. I came from Dramatic Impact, you know, just being a stepmaster, just being and I became a stepmaster on Dramatic Impact just by being the person who was the most motivated, who just like really wanted to be it. Like I really wanted the squad to progress and, you know, move on. So with that came a lot of duties and stuff, but I left Dramatic Impact because I didn't want I didn't want that role in anything like that. You know, I felt as though here, no matter where I stood, even if I did step down from being a stepmaster, people will always look to me, you know, as the stepmaster. They will always look to me for, and I didn't want that. I wanted to be a regular member. I felt as though I was young. I'm really new to drill team, honestly, compared to all of y'all. I'm new. So I wanted to just be a member.
Shots.
Like, we might be on the same year.
But repping it, not repping it, but just getting to the point. Working with Darius, I think I learned a lot. Like it's hard. I can give it that. It's hard, but it's only hard like if you don't have like the same vision or you don't got that same push that he want. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like Butter said, like it just you can't come here, you can't come to Iconic and be no slacker. Like you can't come to Iconic and think that you wanna, you know, things are gonna work how you dealt with it on the last squad. Like it's a total different thing. It's more than a drill team, and I learned from just being on his team and being under him just to like think outside the box. Like, you know, always think the impossible and then nerve yourself.
That's one thing I do like about Darius. He's innovative.
Yeah.
And just to like, you know, like stay true to yourself. Like no matter how many times you get booed, no matter how many times you get a losing place, like just know who you are.
That's one thing I learned from him too. Like, he don't care what nobody else think. If he like his show, that's his show, and that's what he going with.
And the funny thing is, I don't really say that much, like, you know, or I don't think people really say that much to him. I think other people, but people within his team, I'm not sure if you hear that a lot, but no, without a doubt, like, he definitely motivated me to be more of a, like, I know for a fact that if I was to have Dramatic Impact on my hands at this point in time,
it would be a nasty.
It would be crazy because I've learned so much from being here. Like, I thought when I left Dramatic Impact, like I knew all I could know, and I was stubborn and learning things, but I learned a lot.
George.
So am I going off the Darius?
No.
Darius?
No. Oh shoot, you did.
With building a team, I just think with building a team and continuing the team, I think it's preparation. Preparation for everything. Like, just prepare yourself for the next move. Move silently. Never let nobody know your next move. Like, never. And just have a team behind you that wants the same vision that you want, or that wants to collaboratively come together and come up with the vision.
Not just because they want to be somebody.
Yeah, not just because they want to have a big name. Not just because they want to be on a hot squad.
Because that's gonna mess your team up too. I'm sorry, go ahead, George.
Well, I'm sorry. Can you repeat the question again one more time?
What does it
take to build a team?
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah. But no. Basically, just piggybacking off what you guys said. Making a team and building a team. Make sure that structure. You need that backbone of a team. Like, you need that backbone of an organization. It's not a one-man show. Like, it can never be a one-man show. And when they literally say drill team, it goes from the steppers to the staff to the drummers to any coaches. You need a team around you. It's never going to work without a team. It's not a one-person show.
How was it at Simons?
And that's what I was about to pick up. Now, I have not made my own drill team or anything like that, and neither do I have a desire to make my own drill team, because I know exactly how much work it goes on with it. Good. So I'm good at like lending a helping hand and stuff like that. But what I can say about Simons is, and I learned this a while ago when I first came, I haven't been with Simons for the longest, like I haven't been here from the beginning. But from what I learned from Simons and from what I took from Simons, your organization is key. Like, you have to have a good organization behind you, like no matter what. So when it was brought to me to come back to Simons, it wasn't the like building like the team to support me as of like the coaches and everything like that. I knew that wasn't a problem. I knew that was not going to be a problem. The thing that was going to be the problem was actually getting the girls and making sure they're prepared. Now, the thing with Simons is, once Simons see like that little kid, they like, all right, we in here. And it's like, it might not be at the very best time, but if they see it right there, they're going to make you jump on top of it. Like, keep going. They're going to keep you pushing. And I can say this, even going into this competition now, it was like, it was really hard, and it really opened my eyes up to like what everything like they had to go through when we were drilling. Like, I'm looking like, every week I'm getting called, you gotta put out this money, you gotta put out this, you gotta put out that. I'm like, well dang, I'm not even drilling in, I'm not even like the head, I'm not even a director, I'm just a coach. Right. But it's a team effort. Like, if I slack on this, I got another coach right here to pick it up. I got another coach right here to pick it up. If I can't make it to practice, there's another coach right here to pick it up. So my girls was never went without somebody being there or somebody knowing what's going on. And I can always get piggyback off of
about like one situation with working with E9. Some kids don't pay for nothing.
Listen, I was over there. I
love everything about it.
Like, wait, so y'all not with E9 no more?
No, they left.
I'm not. I had like, when it was brought back to Simons, like, to me, I had to go back. Like, I had to go back because that was one of my drill teams, and I feel like if any drill team that I've been on, that I can seriously say that I've been on, if they would jump back, I don't have a problem going to any drill team that I went to. Modern Legends called me. If they want to come back, start something up, I'm right there. Simons, I'm right there. Better call me up. Bro, let's get everybody together. Let's do live and live right there. So like, I like every drill team that I've been on, I can literally say I've learned every drill team that I did was a building step, and you can even see within my group through the drill team. Like, this year coming up, 2016, it'll be 10 years that I've been drilling. So it's like, it's just crazy to see the growth from that stage of 2006 to now, like, and to see the growth now, like, all the competitions
against each other. So how y'all competing against each other? Ooh, that's nasty. Yes.
It's good though. It's like I
It is
compete
good.
against my
It's
friends.
good.
We've always
It's
been on the
good.
same team.
We've
Like,
always been on
ever
the
since
same team.
ever since we left Live and Direct, years past. I went to CP, helped them out.
I came to CP, help CP out. So,
So like all my friends, like they followed me,
Mm-hmm.
like we've always been together, you know what I mean? And so this is our first time doing it, like
It's fun, competitive spirit where you can do it with your friends. Like me and him, like I say all the time, me and him sit around and we talk like a whole bunch of shit to each other, like, and it don't change. Our friendship will be like or nothing. Like you can't do that with everybody.
I think that's the best thing about
And
Drill Team.
it's the
Honestly,
best thing.
all my best
Yeah,
friends came from
Drill
Live and
Team,
Direct.
from Live and Direct, I swear.
Jermaine, Anidra.
Mm-hmm.
They all came from Live and Direct, and we all still tight to this day. I mean, I still like Drill Team people, but it's not as tight. Just like even like just seeing other Drill Team friends, colleagues like that, even iconics like Darius, Rella, like they like tight as good.
Yeah.
Tight as,
You know what I mean?
like, yeah.
And they like what I mean. So that's one thing about Drill Team. That's one of the key points about Drill Team. Like we all have the passion for it, we all have the love for it, but we all gain like families. Like my mom said today, like literally, George FaceTime me. She was like, "That's your brother." Like that's my mom.
Like,
calling him my brother.
Like rest in
You know what I mean?
peace to my best friend Jalil. My mom would do the same thing for him.
Exactly.
Like he like was at my house all the time, eating me out of the house at home. Like my mom like. So yeah, like Drill Team really like do bring you like a family and everything like that. Like breaking into the next topic, I got a special question. I got a special question for Butter.
Oh god.
Okay.
For me.
Yeah, for you, just for you.
Okay.
Being in Drill Team for a while and now being an entrepreneur, how has Drill Team supported you?
Honestly, you know what? I love the drummers though. Like, just like drummers from all different squads. Like drummers really rock with me. You know what I mean? So many different drummers have supported my clothing line. You know what I mean? Drummers that I have not even that I didn't even honestly know. You know what I mean? Because I do have menswear, you know what I mean? I do prom gowns and stuff like that, but a lot of like the sweatshirts, like this is menswear.
Right.
A lot of drummers like
Branding.
they order. Got it. That product placement. Listen, but yeah, a lot of drummers have supported me, but just the mindset that I've had as far as like leadership and just being able to hold down a fort, you know what I mean? Like it's not easy. Like doing what I do is not easy. You know what I mean? I've been working for myself for 3 years. Bills have always been paid. I've just never not. I'm blessed in more ways than one. I've just always been a hustler. I've always been on my grind. So it's not easy at all. But I just like do what I do. And honestly, I have like instilled some of the qualities and some of the things that I've learned in Drill Team, just about being disciplined and being dedicated. You know what I mean? Because if you're committed and dedicated to something, then it's going to flourish. You know what I mean? You're going to fall under, which is everything. You know what I mean? Some drill teams have its high, some have its lows. Like my business has its highs and has its lows. Like from July to September, business is slow. You know what I mean? So I have to make a way of what do from January to June. So that way it keep me through, you know what I mean? So it's just about planning, preparing, and just being smart, you know what I mean? And I don't know it all, I'm always learning, but that's just some things that I have learned that I've incorporated, you know what I mean? Just by like carrying over some things to another.
Yeah, that's true.
I do think it's so dope how we're all so young and we're all doing it, you know what I mean? We're all under 30. I mean, I got my own thing going, you got your own thing going, you helping out, you know what I mean? And just looking at other people, like, and even Ali, for example, like how he has this thing and he's been doing this thing for a while now, you know what I mean? What's Mimi and Nyla, they doing their thing. Jeannie and Daryl, they're doing their thing. We're all like young and we're all dedicated and we're all getting it. Who else can I name drop? Cause there's a lot of
Darius and Rella.
Darius and Rella, you know what I mean? Even Bruce, when he was doing like killing SD, Bruce was doing this thing with SD.
Bruce and Malika.
Bonnie and Bob.
You know what I mean? And Virgil doing this thing. Derek, Melissa.
It's a lot of things.
It's a lot of-
She watched it. She know all.
Kelly Bundy.
But shout out to everybody. Shout out to all you.
Shout out to
Shout out to everybody that did for yesterday. And shout out to all the spectators too.
But you know what's kind of crazy? Like being at Drill Team yesterday, it kind of made me want to drill again.
Hey, yo, I swear, I had that feeling of like wanting to drill again. I really had that epiphany of wanting to drill again. Just for that slight second.
I have
Just for that slight second.
I have a question, because I mean, I wasn't there. I thought we were going to kind of hit the topic, but we didn't. I wasn't there yesterday, but I watched a lot of videos. And the individuality, I want to say. How do you guys feel about that? Like,
When you say individuality,
well, like, Yeah, individuality. Like
As far as like
Go ahead.
individuality.
as far as teams,
Creativity,
like as far as
like
they're like, you know how like I said, I didn't come from way back in the day like Miss Harris and Drew said. I don't know like the certain signatures, but from hearing, used to know when it was Wilton coming in the street from a signature march. Used to know like when it was Carmelite 224. Like you knew they had their own signature styles.
Mm-hmm.
Like
good. So that's why I was saying like how everybody can win because everybody do the same thing.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
Okay.
I'm honestly,
Everybody do the same thing.
And I feel like it kind of takes away from each squad because it's like, I'm gonna be honest, the first squad I kind of seen doing the more so precision style was Modern Legends. More so recent. And like I feel like, to a certain extent, those little girls don't really get the acknowledgments they should or the praises they should because there's so many teams that look like that.
But what's so crazy? Because like if you compare, I don't want to name drop. If you compare one team to another team, you can tell who originated or where it came from. Because it's like if I'm a precision driller and if I can hit it like this, if I make up the stuff and I'm gonna teach my girls how to do it, you gotta be like that. You know what I mean? But if I'm not a precision driller and I got claw hands, if I'm teaching my girls how to do this, it's not gonna look right. You know what I mean? So you can tell where it originated from. And that's one thing why I do love derbies too, because I can't do that technology. I can't do that. I can't do that. I cannot do that. And I commend those iconicers who can do that. Because I do.
legendary.
Right. I like that kind of stuff, but I personally can't do it. That's why I've loved Ali for a long time. Even when I was on Live in Iraq, I've always wanted to be on 224, but because I was dedicated and committed to what I had, I stayed where I was at. You know what I mean? Until there was nowhere else to go. And once we did go, I went where I wanted to go. And at that time, that's when my just had the open squad. I mean Logan. Yeah, that's right. Because he was at Logan at the time, so I went to Logan.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that for me, like me for being able to sit out as a spectator for a while, it kind of, because I never really noticed it, a few years back, or when people used to mention like, oh, they look like that person, or they like that person, like I had I see it a little bit, but I really never really seen it until I was able to be a spectator. And,
because like Butter said, if like you a precision person and when you doing something, you with it and you teaching your girls or whoever you teaching and you get them like this and then you got somebody that's gonna copy off of you and they're doing something or trying to emulate you and like he said, you got claw hands when you're supposed to be like this and your hands will be straight or the wrist floppy or something, you can just tell like that they're watching. Even though you have to that's image true, somewhere, but don't emulate it. Create your own. Take it and create your own. Learn.
Like it's one thing to get inspired. You know what I mean? Because as an artist, you get inspired.
That's
you know what I mean? You get inspired, but you don't go and take somebody's whole thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I feel like okay, I'll say North Philly Foot Stompers because I did see them. Nothing bad against them, but looking at North Philly Foot Stompers and like seeing those girls, just like they did a really good job. No, nothing. They were just like. They doing their thing, you know what I mean? But just like looking at North Philly Foot Stompers weren't always the top contender team, but they came in second place yesterday.
Right.
You know what I mean? So their style is totally different from Modern Legends. You know what I mean? But I did see similarities. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I believe that you are going to see similarities within drill teams
because it's drill team.
Because it's drill team, and that a lot of people. Honestly, a lot of directors and a lot of coaches have stemmed from a lot of the same drill teams. So, but I do stem from the same drill teams. But I mean, I don't want to go in on it. I just think that that's something like it's kind of hard to praise the next squad when even if a squad does do a routine and the energy is here. But the routine is clean, and then another squad comes on, and the energy's here, and the team is clean. You might give them the energy was more, but me being a spectator, me watching, it still looks the same.
So let me say something. For very long, I think it was last year or the year before that, Modern Legends and United and SD, they were like two top contenders, but their styles was totally different. You know what I mean? Right. So that's one thing where you can appreciate sophisticated dance.
So what genre would you put?
I can say that.
What genre?
Yes, but like, what would you like? the styles. What would you
SD is wild and crazy. Modern Legends is clean and crispy.
clean and crispy?
But see, all right, but
there are a lot of similarities.
Very much so.
No, it's a lot.
And you got the like.
It's just the whole.
But no, I'm gonna say something. If we talk on SD, when SD first came out, it was completely different from what they.
It was.
So what they left from their last performance to their first performance when they first came back out was completely totally different, and it was completely left field. What I was gonna add on was I feel like with Drill Team, and this is me just going through it. Drill Team always follows a trend. Like every certain amount of years is a trend. So like if you go back to when I first was out, everybody not saying nothing, but everybody was concepts.
You think so?
I think so. I feel like Logan. I feel like when I first came out, 06, 07.
I feel like the concept was totally different than Logan, and 224 was totally.
They was different.
They was
different. You can diagnose the styles, but you can see where everybody was piggybacking off of what concepts did.
What concepts was the thing that contributed. Going back to what he said, how he said individuality. Concepts was their own individual style. They were their own individual.
And then you saw people starting to piggyback off of what they did. Then when 224 faded out and Ali came back to Logan came back with this whole precision, totally completely different from when Darius was over there. Then when they came out, they was straight precision.
No, but Darius
Darius
just has a little bit of flair.
No,
that's just
the thing is, and I wanted to say this about Darius. The thing is with Darius is, and the thing that I love about Darius is, at the end of the day, you cannot take nothing from Darius. Darius is a performer, and Darius develops performers. Anybody that was under Darius is a performer. Yeah. Like performer out the gate. They can hold their own. They can hold their own through any squad. Like, and I feel like that when they started stemming from that, and you can see from the distinction from when he was on there, where everything was focused around their main performers. That's one thing about this. When Ali got there, everybody was on key. Everybody was the same up there. Like Samia did ever stand out, but it was the same thing. Even when you can see the difference when EJ and Ronnie went over there, and that was like Logan last performance. And when they came back, it was still the same thing. But like I said, everything.
One thing about being a leader and being in charge of a squad, no matter what it is. Like I said, you want to have somebody with that same vision. Like my squad is nothing. It's everybody is not as good as I am. You know what I mean? If I'm the only one just killing it, it's not gonna work like that. You know what I mean? Because your side's got to be just as strong as your middle. You know what I mean? So I feel like all around, that's one thing that Darius did. Like when Darius.
But that's why I'm saying. When Darius developed when Darius teaches the drill team, he develops performers. If anybody, you can go back to any Logan thing, and you can have 4 to 6, 7 people that can just take the front and shine, like perform it. Yeah. Tay, like everybody, strong, strong, and they even though they played the sides. You can put them right in the front and do the same thing. Skinny down, everybody. So I mean, anybody had to take their role. If anybody just take their role, Darius had them right there to do that. Even if he had Nah in the front, Nah would have did that. But they compliment each other. Even with shout out to Nah. Even Juanita, shout out to Juanita. Juanita to me is so like me being around her. She's so sharp and so stuff. But when I go back to that, Juanita was performing. Juanita was performing. She could hold her own. Like
I feel like they all. That's what
I'm saying. It's not girls gonna say not to take nothing away from him. But
he made performance around everybody, not even knowing.
Yeah.
Like I'm just like.
But that's even. And then me coming to Logan. Not to cut you off, but me coming to Logan and like getting to meet them, it was like when I first came, it was like, well, these girls is bad. Like I'm not used to this. Like. These girls is really bad.
That's why, not everybody get it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, when you are competing, not everybody get it. Like, you can't, for my instance, like, you know what I mean? Working with, like, 7th and 6th and 5th graders. You know what I mean? Like, these girls don't come into competition to compete, to bust to bust butts. They come because they're a member of the church and they want to perform. They want to be on drill team.
Yes.
So they don't have a mindset of going in there and getting raw and rugged and leaving it all on the floor. You know what I mean? They don't have that they don't have that mindset that I have. You know what I mean? Where so, no, you gotta win. You gotta go hard. You know what I mean? So it's different from drilling with the girls who've been drilling for 6 and 7, 8 plus 9 years. You know what I mean? It's totally different than that. You know what I mean? They have a different mindset, but once you do get that mindset, like me, I'm very competitive. It does not matter what it is, who it is, how it is. I'm very competitive. So that's just what it is. You know what I mean? So it was like, if I'm going to competition, of course I want to win.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm going to train the girls, like, girls, you got to do better. You got to do this, you got to do that. You know what I mean? And one thing about being, and I didn't have this mindset until I went to Logan. You know what I mean? Had I would have been to Logan first, like you said, had you would have went to Iconic, then went to Dramatic. But if I would have went to Logan, then started Live and Direct, Live and Direct will still be running. We'll still be trying to, we'll still be going. You know what I mean? But one thing about being on the drill team was though everybody was good. You know what I mean? Not everybody. No shade. But a lot of the people was good, you know what I mean? So I was just like, okay, so I gotta be better, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I always wanted to be better. And like at the time, Bruce was like the acting captain, and Bruce was like so clean and so crisp, and I was like, damn, he's good. So I kind of like wanted to like be like him, you know what I mean? Not be like him, not be like you, be a little bit better than you. Still love you, Bruce. And even Drew, like I remember stepping with Drew. Drew was good too, and Wayne, and all these these captains. They're all captains from other different teams. So I kind of wanted to be like them or be better than them, but all at the same time still be a part of the same team. You know what I mean? So it always makes you want to go hard.
That's
you
the
know
thing.
what I mean?
The friendly competition within the team, with all us looking the same, but I don't want to be like you. I want to be better than you, and that's just like with everyday life. Like when doing something out in the streets, like
It's
even
all about
at work, like
your own signature style and just vibing off your.
Ronnie, like I've never really focused on you until like later on in your like later parts of being on Dramatic. I was like, that guy is really good.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? That guy is really good. And that's not even like, I'm just like, oh wow, he's good. You know what I mean? That's just how I feel like about Basil. I think Basil is really good. You know what I mean? Really good at what he does. And it's like, once you've been in a drill team for a while and you become to establish a name for yourself, or you become to be recognized, that's like, you have people looking at you, and those who appreciate drill. Like us, we've been doing it for a very long time, and we appreciate those who get it, you know what I mean? And like I was just like, these are really, really good performers.
Yeah, because I appreciate Ronnie because he's very humble. Like he gets it, and he's very humble. Like,
and not everybody is humble.
Yeah, not everybody is humble because you can't get it and just and just get big head about it. Because that's a bad thing. And like he's really humble. Like he gets it. Like he has his trophies. Like he doesn't. Like I just can't say no more about him.
I just think that it's not all about the trophy thing with me. Like I said, some people build drill teams and go into.
No, but I'm just saying, like you can brag and you can have that attitude if you wanted to.
If I wanted to, but I just
you're just a humble person.
I would rather give back, like just to like the ones like under me. Like I mean, I just think that myself, I work with people who were from my friends to people that was 7, maybe 8, maybe 10 years older than me, and I was over top of them, but. I think the time that I like most is working with the girls that I have now because they're younger. Like they come to practice. They're fresh girls. Like they're not in the drill. Like they don't know drill team. Or they don't know drill team that much. So they're not telling me, oh, I learned this like this, or I learned that like that. So it's just like I just.
But I think like once you. It doesn't matter who you are or where you come from. Once you're on a certain team, all that goes out the window. You know what I mean? What I've learned and what I taught, when I got to Logan, that was just that. You know what I mean? Because this is your drill team, this is your style, and I'm here on your team, so I want to learn how you learn. I want to move how you move. You know what I mean? So all that goes out the window. And even like when I went to CP, girls was like, I came from this, I came from that. Okay, that's fine and well. I get that. But this is this, so you got to learn it. So let's just finish it up. One topic. If there was anybody in drill team that you have not worked with, who would you want to work with? You want to go first? Let George go first. He's kind of quiet.
Yeah.
And I'm
and why? If he didn't say and why.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Like, I feel like, all right. Number one, I definitely would love to work with Samia. Only because her performance, like, me coming in the drill team, that's the one person I looked at. Even, like, it didn't matter if it was a girl or a guy. Samia, to me, commend every performance that she did. And me come out the gate, that's why I feel like she was like, her highlight of everything was like Samia.
I need you on the show.
From the outside, you know how like some girls or guys or from the outside looking at it like they tearing it up from the outside, but if you like work with them, they like they're not really doing it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like from the outside looking in.
Yeah, I know what you're
But
saying.
like work even when I was on Logan, Samia never really practiced with us. She had her own intermediates or juniors or whatever.
That's why when I was on there.
She had worked with the team. Samia was like, "Come on, I'm ready."
She
She would
know everything.
and she would just go like a freaking
it was just so
a
beautiful.
robot or something, you know what I mean? So she was just like going, and she just has the energy and just the mindset, just like, and she was the captain. Like, how are you the captain and you're not even practicing with
you know
us?
everything.
But she's a really star performer. She's really good.
Yeah, that's the thing.
A lot of girls
so
look
I
up to her.
definitely.
Yeah, a lot of girls. I think a lot of girls should. And if you don't know who Samia is, please do your history, because drill team is not just a sport. You have to know your history to be a part of this.
What would you say?
I would say, all right. Well, there's some people that I wouldn't technically say I work with them.
But who would you want to work with?
Oh, I ain't finished.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was gonna say I ain't finished.
I ain't that. I just
But
cut you
no,
off.
other than that, the other people that I work with them like briefly, but not too like one-on-one. But I definitely would like want to work with Rodney and EJ, just to see exactly how their work ethic is and how they style are. Because from me looking at their drill team was one of like the top drill teams, and I'm like looking at like that's like when they did what they did within their years, they made their mark with their drill team. And I can say that they had their own original style, their own creativity. They broke down barriers with what they were doing, and I would love to like just to experience that with them. I experienced with it working with them briefly on like certain stuff. I would basically like try to work with them like to see exactly how they did that. Like,
Where do you work with them? For Boyology?
for the first time for the Boyology thing, and
So it's
that was the thing.
it's alright.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that was my two.
I would say I would work with. Honestly, I've had this idea for so long. I want to work with all the boys like within the industry, like just with all the boys within the industry. I just think that it's just so dope, like how we all.
Competition setting or just like a performance?
I mean, well, what is it? I mean, competition setting it would be.
It'll be a wrap.
What I'm saying is, I mean, I just think it's dope, like how all, like, you know, a lot of the boy drillers just play like a major role, like within this industry, like in the evolution of the industry, like. We just do, like, no matter from directors to choreographers to drummers to
Whatever you can think of.
whatever you can think of in drill team, like, you know, I feel as
males
though,
are
you
involved
know,
in it.
yeah, they did, like, you know, we play a big part in within drill team. Drill team is 98%, I want to say 98% females. Like, if you really think about it, but you know, we play a big part. But one boy that I would want to work with,
Kill it.
I would have to say Basil.
You know what myself before?
Not really. Like we may have done like a little performance together, but I never worked with him. I think from what he knew before he came into drill team, and you know what he learned and added it to what he knew, like, you know, knows. I think, and just like me, like what I've learned and what I knew before there, and like I just think together, like I think if we were to ever do something like that, it would just be really dope. Insomnia.
Samia.
Just because that's not fine.
Just because it's like perform, like she is like the like I mean, she was like the ultimate performer. Like I felt like she could step up with any of the boys, anybody, like she was just. Shout out to Samia. Shout out to Samia.
I need you on my show.
I remember one time we was like I was even on Logan at the time. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, yo.
I
And
ain't
I,
really saying nothing.
Ali, I have worked with a lot of the older like guys that run teams and stuff, but I haven't worked with Ali, and like I'm not gonna say I don't understand the style. I like the style and I understand it, but I honestly don't know what it takes, like in like the footwork it takes to get to look like that, like,
To be a legend,
or to produce what he produces.
Yeah, to be a legend.
To be a legend.
Yeah.
I'm like,
oh, and one more person, brother.
What's the icon?
Creativity side, uniform wise, everything in the backbone. Definitely gotta work with you. Definitely gotta work with you. Definitely, cause I kind of hands down, dress wise, uniform wise. Nobody can be said it.
Okay,
It can be.
I don't know because I pretty much work with everybody. I haven't worked with Rella though.
That's one person I will
But
work with.
just out of curiosity, like I've always personally nothing towards like the West Philly Southwest drill team, but I've never really like wanted to be a part of the West Philly drill team, Southwest drill team, because
I'm from West Philly, so what you saying?
no, because like I don't feel like they took drill team serious. Like when everybody
Harmonize did.
I wasn't there like the drill team to experience Carmelites. But like, you know what I mean, like with just like store-boy uniforms.
Ooh.
I just no. I just never really understood like how don't y'all
Everybody wore
serious?
Dickies.
Yeah, everybody wore Dickies and like ties and stuff like that. And I was just like, I don't get it. You know what I mean? So I just want to like get what kind of mindset or concept that these that they have when it comes to drill team. When you have other drill teams from like my side of town where everybody's like.
Y'all had a little bit more money. Y'all was uppity. Shit, you from West Oak Point, right?
I mean, yeah, but I'm just saying. I just feel like when it came to like when it's like you all have the same amount of time to
produce,
produce the image that everybody else is trying to produce, to compete. It's like why don't you all have that? You know what I mean? So I just not necessarily want to work with those people, but I feel like I've worked with everybody I wanted to work with. Or could possibly enjoy or have the pleasure of working with. EJ, Rodney, Darius,
me,
Ali, you,
Sammy, like me.
me, give me that. I feel like I worked with all of the legends that I could possibly work with. You know?
Najee wasn't originally on that list. He put his name in.
Oh, I yeah, shoot, sure did.
But even like with some of the drummers, like I enjoyed rocking out behind J Rock, Rob.
You got to name some drummers.
I
got one drummer. Val.
Val is crazy. I would love to have him play behind.
Yeah.
I always, my cousin Jalil, he drums for Zodiac. You know I told you to tell Val the ideas I had for y'all, and I ain't see y'all do that shit yet. I know you ain't tell him what you're lying in.
But yeah, I think I don't think I really need to work with anybody else, but I just worked with everybody who I could honestly work with. All my friends after competition, it's like, oh yeah, well let's go out to eat. You know what I mean? And we all just chilling. You know what I mean? Laid up, chilling, having a good time talking, like so.
Having a drink. Like, yeah. Okay. Everybody can take
Hey you.
So how about you now?
I work with a lot of people. But
I think about being in the industry for a long
yeah,
time. You get to work with all these great people.
A long time. But coming up, I would say I always loved him. Shout outs to my Hank. I love Hank. Like
Hank is a beast. Hank is crazy.
I would say
like
from the when Hank was on Miller Homes and he did that backflip, I was a fan.
You know what else is crazy though? Trent produced some good steppers. Juice.
Oh,
Juice. I perform Juice too.
Juice
is like he's like a fucking
he's like a robot.
He's like a robot too.
Hank, Juice.
I would like it would be Hank and
You never worked with Hank before?
I never worked with Hank before. And I would say Anidra, because
that's my
girl.
That's
like
me.
she just like her personality, like when you meet her like outside of your team is like so nice, but like when she hit the floor it's just like
that's why she's so sweet and delicate. You know what I mean? Just even as a person, I was just telling her this yesterday, how like she's just like a beautiful person. You know what I mean? She's sweet, soft spoken. But it's like when it's time to hit the floor, like she just goes
commit, like she's zoned out. Yeah. But that's the one thing I love about Nisha. Even still, when I first came to Live, she's one of the people that I learned from because the way she could just switch it up like that is just like crazy.
It's like that's another reason I love Samia because her switch. Like, that's why I like Alidra because of her switch.
I like Samia, and that's why I really love Danisha.
I need
Donnie,
to
no. But listen,
I
that's why I was about to continue on with Darius big. Even with Iconic, you had Diddy, you had myself, you had Donisha, you had Pooh, you had Zach.
But
you had so many
Darius,
people.
that's Rella creation. I'm sorry. That's
You
Rella
had
creation.
so many-
Donisha is Rella creation.
But-
no shit.
But Donisha, like,
I love her.
I love that.
Yeah.
She's so sweet too. She's
so
sweet.
Yeah.
And you been
Shout
trying
out
to
to the
take
girls
it.
though. The girls really be doing that
Shout out
thing
to
though.
the
Girl, where the girls at? Where the girls at? Like,
So listen, this is what I suggest. If those who are watching this, guys versus the girls. Samia, Donisha, Pooh, Gucci, Liana,
Yes.
Kia, Bonnie. Y'all do your thing. Darius, Ali, EJ, Rodney, you, me, Hank, you, all of us. Let's try to do something. I feel like it's only right. It's 2016. I don't think nobody's
It's
beefing.
evolution or evolve.
Wait,
listen,
they're not beefing.
they not worried about
Right.
that. They not worried about
No, but I'm learning the summertime.
They not ready for that. They
The
not ready.
girls not ready.
The
girls not ready.
The industry not ready.
But see,
this generation, they
would be
like, I
crazy.
know nothing about that.
It would be crazy, but the girls
They
not ready for that.
They not ready.
But listen,
The
though,
girls.
I think the girls.
No,
I don't think the girls will win. I'm not going to because I will. I feel like y'all get expensive. I think everywhere out there, the girls would kill. The girls, and the reason why I think the girls will, I don't think they would not necessarily win, but I think they would do good because the girls are really always under the guys. But for them to be in a position to create and do their own thing.
And then like I said, that we just hit the switch up.
The switch up.
The girls
They
switch up.
performing. They performing.
Switch up. It'll be real nasty for them too. I can see it.
Y'all need to work on that. We need to try to
shout out to the girls.
fruition.
Shout out to the girls.
We need to bring that
That'd
to
be
fruition.
dope. Alright, closing it up to, one of our episodes today.
Can I do one thing?
Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
All right, before we close it out, I just wanted to give a real big shout out to Kiki from Second to None and her team. I just think that just watching their growth and stuff like that progression I wanted to say when he's speaking about the West Philly teams, but I think that's one West Philly team that I think that I'm not sure if they based out of West Philly, are they?
Yeah, they based out of West Philly.
Yeah, I think that's one West Philly team that I feel as though are just they making a mark, they starting to.
I think that's the only team in West Philly right now.
Yeah, they repping they set.
Magic from South
That's how I feel. I just think their progression, if they keep up the good work, that's all.
Where Bonnie Joe team from?
No, Bonnie Joe team is from West Philly. I'm sorry, they never legacy from West Philly. They 63rd Street.
So what happened to CP? They don't perform anymore?
You know what? I don't even know. Last time I talked, I heard she had intermediate drummers. I thought she had intermediate drummers. Jawaka, yeah, I thought she was doing intermediate drummers, but I haven't heard anything since then, so I'm not sure. But closing it out tonight, we talked about Butter being a young entrepreneur. So where can we find you?
CasualLuxury.storyme.com. The link is in my bio. Butter Obama. Follow me on Instagram, y'all. I'm popping a little bit.
Oh, pop. Marty, can we find you anywhere?
You can find me on Facebook, Ronnie Green, RYONI Green, no E on the end. And you can find me on Instagram, Ironic, IRYONIK.
Does that have anything to do with Iconic?
Everything.
Ironically speaking, yes.
George, can we find you anywhere?
Yes, you can follow me on Facebook under George III, the whole government. You can follow me on Instagram too, @GG_OG3, and Snapchat, same name as Instagram.
Snapchat,
You can find me right here at Drill Team TV.
What's the beat?
What's the beat?
You